Hello everyone, in this video we are going to discuss about 2019 GATE questions on beams. Okay, look at the question on the board. This question is from 2019 GATE. Okay, this question was asked from 2019 GATE for 2 marks, and this question is from a topic design of beams. It means this question is from beams topic, and for 2 marks asked in 2019 GATE. Go through this question. A rolled I section beam. So this was the I section, and longitudinal view of I section was given in the question. So this was a longitudinal view. It means these two are the flanges, looks like a 2 lines, and this is the web of I section. Clear everyone? Is supported on a 75 mm wide bearing plate. It means, see, we know that for supporting any beam we require supports. That support is nothing but column. Now width of that column placed, or bearing plate placed, okay, width of that bearing plate placed on the column is how much? 75 mm. That is what mentioned as shown. Clear everyone? So rolled I section beam is supported on a 75 mm. It means the beam is supported on the column, and in between beam and column there exists a bearing plate. So that bearing plate width, most of the time it is equal to width of the column, which is 75 mm, and other information was given in the diagram itself. So what are the information? Yield stress, how much? 250 MPa, and partial factor of safety for material, how much it is? 1.1. These are the information, and even in diagram itself some information was given. What is that information? As this is a beam of I section, and this I section is having a flange of thickness, how much? TF is nothing but flange, okay, flange thickness, it is 20 mm, and TW is nothing but thickness of a web, it is 8 mm, and root radius is 10 mm. These are the informations. Now let us see what is asking. As per IS 800 2007, means based on limit state method or limit state method of design, the web bearing strength in kilonewton of the beam is asking us to find web bearing strength. So for finding out the web bearing strength, here we need to assume a load dispersion. So that load dispersion for this case, okay, load dispersion for this case is 1:2.5, right? This is what the concept required, and this is what the provision we need to remember for solving this question. So what is that provision, or what is that point to be remembered for solving this question? Load dispersion to be assumed. How much it is? 1:2.5. Okay, so for web buckling, it is 1:1. That is 45-degree dispersion. Okay, that is 45-degree dispersion line. Okay, load dispersion line we assume. But here in this case, web bearing or web crippling. Okay, web bearing or web crippling, we assume load dispersion line as a 1:1.25. So before proceeding to solve the question, let me draw the cross sectional view of the I section, and later we'll see how to solve this question. Okay, so very easy question, but diagrammatic representation is very much required. Okay, it is very much required to understand this question. So if you understand these type of models, or if you are familiar with the concepts what we have discussed, then within one line we can solve this question, even though it may be a 2 marks. Okay, even though this question is asked for 2 marks in 2019 GATE, but if you are aware with the concepts what we have discussed, and if you imagine the diagram and load dispersion line, then we can solve this question within one line. Okay, so before going into that one line, let me draw the cross sectional view of this I section. Okay, as it is I section, okay, this is the cross sectional view of the I section. Okay, so in this, so this is the flange thickness TF. Okay, this is the flange thickness TF, and this is the root radius. Okay, so this is the root radius, this is R, and this is R. So from here the web starts. Okay, from here the web starts. As already we have discussed, this is known as fillet. The junction between flange and web is known as fillet. So that is provided with some curvature having a radius of R. So this R was mentioned, and this TF is also mentioned. and here we know this is TW, thickness of the web. These were the dimensions mentioned. Clear, everyone? Now the load dispersion here I am going to show in this diagram. Here is the reaction R. Now he's asking us to find this R. So this R is dispersed or distributed into this I section with that ratio, with that load ratio. How it is distributed? This is how it is distributed. 1:2.5. Okay, 1:2.5. So now this is nothing but this length is B. Undoubtedly, this length is B. This is considered as B. Okay, bearing length. Okay, here it is mentioned 75 wide bearing plate. So this B is this 75 mm is also called as stiff bearing length or simply bearing length, which we represent with B. So B is equal to 75 mm. Now here where we need to calculate web bearing strength. Okay, web bearing strength. So at that location width is nothing but this is B. Okay, this is B, and this comes out to be 2.5 TF plus R. Okay, that comes out to be 2.5 TF plus R. It means at this location, here I will show, at this location, this is a fillet, okay, this is a fillet and this is a flange. This is TF plus R, right? Here at the top I have shown TF plus R. So TF plus R. So vertical distance is how much? Here vertical distance is how much? This is TF plus R. Okay, this is TF plus R. Horizontally, if you convert this TF plus R, we need to multiply it with 2.5. That is the meaning of 1:2.5. Okay, it means if you proceed 1 unit in vertical direction, then in horizontal unit, how many? Okay, in horizontal direction, how many units we need to proceed? 2.5. Okay, 2.5 times of vertical units. Okay, in vertically we have proceed TF plus R. Then horizontally we need to proceed 2.5 into TF plus R. Is that okay? Then the total length capital B is equal to B plus 2.5 TF plus R. Okay, 2.5 TF plus R. Now what is that capital B? Let us calculate. So this distance is capital B. At this location we need to find out web bearing strength. Okay, at that location we need to find web bearing strength. So B is how much? 75 plus 2.5 into TF is how much? 20 mentioned in the question. Plus 10. Okay, so 20 plus 10 it is 30. Okay, 30 into 2.5, 75. So it comes out to be 150. Is that clear? B comes out to be 150. Then thickness of the web already mentioned in the question. How much? 8 mm. Clear? 8 mm. So this is the cross-sectional area. So cross-sectional area of the web at this location is nothing but this capital B into TW. That is the cross-sectional area at which we need to find web bearing strength. So now web bearing strength. As I keep on saying all the time, to get the bearing strength or to get the force, what is the formula? Area into stress. Okay, area into stress. Now area is B into TW, capital B into TW. Now stress here we need to consider design stress. That is Fy, okay, yield stress upon factor of safety, partial factor of safety for material. That is 1.1. Okay, so web bearing strength. Okay, web bearing strength is equal to area. So that is B. So first let me write the formula. B into TW area into design stress. That is Fy by gamma m naught. Is that okay? This is the formula. Now everything is known to us. So only thing that here we have to calculate is this capital B. So for calculating that capital B, this provision we need to know. Okay, we have the knowledge of this pointer provision. Then everything is easy. As I said, this is the one line. Now B is how much? 150. Okay, 150. TW is how much? 8 into 250 by 1.1 into 10 raised to minus 3. Then we'll get the answer in kilonewton. Okay, then we'll get the answer in kilonewton. Upon simplifying this, we'll get this as so upon simplifying this calculation, we'll get the answer as 272.73 kilonewton. This answer. Upon simplifying this calculation, we'll get this as we'll get web bearing strength as 272.73 kilonewton. Take it down. As I said, very simple. But one need to have the knowledge of this only one point. That's it. And the cross-sectional properties. Cross-sectional property of I section, that is root radius, thickness of flange, thickness of web, etc. Take it down. Go through this question. This question was asked in 2019 GATE for 2 marks. But this question can be solved in one line, only one line, by knowing the provision, or you can say formula mentioned in IS 800 2007. By knowing the formula mentioned for the parameter asked in this question, we can solve this in one line. For that formula, we need to substitute some parameters or some terms. So those terms are mentioned in this question. First, let me read this question and later we'll see how to solve this question. Okay. So first, a critical bending compressive stress in extreme fiber of a structural steel section is. So here, critical, we represent with the FCR. Okay, we represent that critical bending compressive stress in extreme fiber. How much FCR? 1000 MPa. Is that okay? That is a given. And it is given that yield strength of the steel. So yield strength we represent with Fy. That is 250 MPa. Next, width of flange is 250 mm and thickness of flange is 15 mm. Ignore, it is not required. This information is not required. Now, as per IS 800 2007, the non-dimensional slenderness ratio, as I said, there exists formula for this parameter in code. So, non-dimensional slenderness ratio we represent with lambda. So, usually in strength of materials, we use lambda for representing slenderness ratio. But in our design of steel structures, codebook used this lambda for representing non-dimensional slenderness ratio. The formula for that non-dimensional slenderness ratio is under root Fy by FCR. Or this can also be represented as M by MCR. Is that clear? So these were the formulas mentioned in the code for this non-dimensional slenderness ratio. Now which formula to be used in this question? This first formula. For some questions we use this formula. Okay, which formula to be used is decided based on the information furnished in the question. Okay, here the informations given are FCR and Fy. Hence we need to use this formula. Okay, so substitute the given terms in this formula, we'll get the answer and we can easily score 2 marks. So what is Fy? 250. And what is FCR? 1000. Under root. Okay, it is 1 by 4. So under root 1 by 4 is 1 by 2. So finally it is 0.5. That's it. As I said, very easy. What is the option here? Correct option. Option B is the correct one. Option B is the correct one. As I said, easily we can score 2 marks from this. This was a 2019 GATE question. Take it down.